Welcome to Sports Show. This is Volume 3.
Number 3.
We're up to the thrice. We've done it twice, so we got to do it thrice.
All right, your first topic is a double topic. Wexler and the notorious YATC statistic. You have 3.5 minutes and a go.
Anyway, all right, so what's this
Wes
guy?
Welker, formerly of the New England Patriots, was traded recently to the Denver Broncos.
What's he play? What position?
He's a slot receiver. I actually don't know.
Wes Welker. It sounds like he's a 90-year-old coach.
He's a football player. I don't know how
Maybe
old he
Wes
is.
Welker was a coach that used to be a football player. Could happen. It happens all the time, in fact.
But it didn't happen this time.
Okay. Who cares? Why is Wes Welker a big deal?
He was. We mentioned in that fabulous, I don't know, introduction that we did about the YAC statistic, which is just yards after catch.
Sounds like yak to me.
Yeah. Sounds like that to everybody.
Yards after catch. So that means you catch the ball.
And then the amount of yards you
And
get after that.
So if you were to fall over every time you got it, you would have a 0 yak. This is the thing about these stats. You're supposed to do that. Why does it matter? You're just supposed to catch the ball and run.
And he's better than everybody at it.
So that means he's a good receiver, not he's got a good yak. They didn't say, nobody talked. I've watched Jerry Rice. I know what that guy's deal is. Best ever. Maybe he's the best ever. No one ever said, "Oh, Jerry Rice and his yak. Oh man, that's great. He's great." Jerry
You know
Rice
what? I said that. I said that yesterday and 2 days ago. I was like, you know what made Jerry Rice great? Yak, baby.
And he didn't spike the ball.
All right, that's all we have for Wes Welker and the Yak. Moving on to topic number 2. In this time of year, a lot of people are into the March Madness pools at their work, possibly. What is the best strategy for getting in a March Madness pool? How do you pick your players? How do you pick your teams? How would one win in a March Madness pool? You have 2.5 minutes. Go.
I'm organizing a pretty big one right now.
You're organizing
Oh,
it?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
What does that involve? I want to know.
It means I'm the commissioner of a league.
Oh my, no, you're not. Are you serious?
Commissioner Bones.
Wait, what league? There's a league for this?
Yeah, Narwhal Madness.
Narwhal? Like the thing in the ocean that looks... Are you serious? A narwhal. The thing with the horn? The
Looks like
unicorn horn?
Nar, it's with an A. Have you ever done it? Do you know how...
I've never even seen it. I know that there's like a series of lines that become less lines.
Wait, let me lend you one of my hands. So there's maybe like...
And then verses. And then we go one. They verses. I don't know how it works.
Name a college basketball team.
NYU.
We know that's true.
Loyola Marymount. Carnegie Mellon.
I picked Carnegie Mellon to go all the way, actually.
Are you serious?
Of course not.
Oh, I didn't know. How are you supposed to know they've got good teams? There's 4 billion basketball teams.
Well, you just look at the record of their season and...
Why doesn't everybody just win? Because it's like, oh, these guys are good, those guys are bad. I'm going to bet on the good guys. What's the tiebreaker?
There are no ties.
How can you not have a tie?
I mean, like, if somebody... You split it. You just split the money.
Oh,
They fight, actually, in my league. They fight each other. They fight a
first
narwhal.
rule of the narwhal thing. Never talk about the narwhal thing.
All right, that seems like as far as we can go with the March Madness, how to pick your team. It's time for the third topic in Sports Show. This topic is point counterpoint. Some have said that football has gone from a sport of entertainment and fun to one that is all too dangerous for the players involved. How do you guys fare on helmet participation wearing in football? Point counterpoint. You have 2 minutes. Go.
I think it changes the nature of the game too drastically.
Do what?
To eliminate the helmet.
You can't eliminate the helmet and not eliminate the shoulder pads. Because if you still got those things and you run into a guy...
So what would you propose they wear?
Skirts.
And that's all.
It's like seal fur. That'd be pretty funny. They're all sliding around. That sounds pretty
Take away
slick.
the ball, give them spears, and seal. Now it's Eskimo gridiron gladiator match.
They all rub noses to see who gets the kickoff.
Is this racist?
I don't think so. But how about rugby? Those guys are crazy. And they're playing a very similar, it's not the same, but it's very similar to football.
Yeah, it's not as like collision oriented, which is the point.
Well, right, but it wouldn't be collision oriented now if they didn't have the helmets and stuff.
Right, but you can't go back.
They could have a trial league. They could just do rules of football. What about that? Rules of football, except for they don't wear the gear. They just wear the leatherheads. They go back to the Leatherhead League. They start a Leatherhead League.
Right, but that game was totally different.
Commissioner George Clooney calls everybody up. He says, "Listen, I'm George Clooney. You're going to do this."
Do you want to be in this league that's half as good as my movie.
But I'm just saying, like, all the same rules of football, none of this fair catch stuff, and the cheerleaders don't have to do anything they don't want to do. And
Do that? Cheerleaders have to do stuff they don't want to do now.
they did it in the XFL. They did it in the XFL.
Well, that's all the time we have for the debate on football, sports rules, and safety. Please join us next time on Sports Show, where our topic will be...